Hey y'all, so today we're discussing our capstone projects. So currently mine is called Long County Little Advocates, mainly because it's focused on doing these elementary ag literacy programs for our local elementary schools. So essentially this was kind of inspired by Farm Bureau's Ag in the Classroom. Um, Actually recently, well, when I was in high school, we had a program similar to this running, so I was involved and I helped run it through my local FFA program, so when I was in high school. So essentially since then, so the last few years, it's kind of died out due to the high school FFA changing hands, and the Farm Bureau and local 4-H has been changing everything. So essentially I want to get this program started back up because our little county in Georgia is grown exponentially in the last few years, and we're actually looking to add a new elementary school in the upcoming years. I think it's scheduled for 2025, I believe. But I think it's a great program starting because I know now we have ag in elementary schools, and while this is not focused on doing an ag program in one of our Long County's elementary schools, it's focused on at least starting those ag literacy programs again, so helping those kids learn about ag at such a young age, and who knows, maybe it may inspire Long County looking to adding an ag program in elementary school. But these programs essentially, like I said, are ag literacy, so they'll be conducted quarterly in rotational partnership. They're all open to the public. They're free. It's more geared for kindergarten through 3rd grade, those younger elementary level kids. I'm looking for a lot of community group involvement. Like I said, each program is free. It's scheduled for during evenings after the work hours for parents to bring those kids. Timeline really is focused, like I have it for essentially like semesters. So like this spring, I'm focused on getting those partnerships again with our local Farm Bureau and 4-H. And hopefully my goal is by April to have those quarterly programs scheduled. So I have thought about possibly in the summer or maybe more in the fall, starting with a program in like October, have it like somewhat like fall themed. That'll be the kindergarten through 3rd grade. And then of course hosting like maybe 2 in the spring, so like 1 in January, 1 in April, have like January, Easter, spring themed, and even possibly focusing on maybe starting a farm day again. This is another thing that's kind of died out in the last few years, but the farm day would be more focused on upper elementary, so 4th and 5th grade, just trying to keep everybody involved and active. So essentially, like I'll give you an example. So if we do a January meeting, it's focused, like example is partnered with Farm Bureau and Georgia Forestry Commission. So we're focused on trees essentially at this one. So like planned activities I have on here. They're gonna make a pine cone bird feeder. They can do some kind of pine cone toss game. They read a book called The Tree Farmer. And of course they have what's called tree snack facts. So they are able to build a tree using snacks. And then when I talk about that farm day, while we're not so much production farming anymore in Long County due to all the housing development we've had recently, looking for those older elementary students, so 4th and 5th grade, having a farm day. So we still have local stuff, so partnering with those local businesses and community members for local ag-related businesses. So like essentially what it'll look like is students will rotate through sessions and of course timed increments. And like I have a whole list on here, like stations it can include but not limited to. So we have local Georgia Forestry Commission that could come. They could have equipment, story. Of course we have Georgia DNR, a local branch. We do have still some livestock people around, so we have a lot of horse people, so equine industries. We still have some chicken houses, so poultry right there. We have 1 or 2 local apiaries, so bees. We still have a few smaller production family farms. So we actually have one, it's Rye Patch Farm, so they do a lot of local production, so cotton, corn, beans, that kind of thing. And then if you heard Mascot Pecans, we have them in Glenville, so pretty close. They can talk about Pecans themselves, pecan farming, they do a lot of chocolate covered pecans. Of course, we have Bland Array Farms, their onion production, so Vidalia sweet onions, that kind of thing. Educational services, these are services that would be more partnership for also our little advocates. So like we have UGA Extension, we have 4-H of course, we have Farm Bureau, and then also possibly trying to find like veterinarians. We have, of course, we have one in Jessup, so in Wayne counties and Liberty counties, just some neighboring county stuff. But essentially what it would look like, you know, like I said, this capstone centered on providing those programs to Long County school systems. As it is getting larger, we're actually having to break up the different school systems by different grade levels. So it's getting pretty packed here in Long County, and all these kids, a lot of them are military due to us being close to Fort Stewart, so they're not from here. They don't know what we have. They don't even know what ag is, so they don't know where food comes from other than a grocery store, of course. They don't know that chocolate milk doesn't come from a brown cow. Like, there's a lot of disconnect, and I'm hoping that through these programs we can provide that connection again to get students to learn. And especially now, if they learn it at the elementary level, then when we get to middle school, they can go ahead and join the ag program and join the FFA program, and then that'll of course feed into the high school system. But essentially, like, I have on here like objectives. So through the multiple programs, students will learn about ag's importance to human needs and the environment. Each program is, of course, different goals and objectives depending on focused on specific ag related topics. So they'll have like themes for each little program event. I have on here, the programs themselves have 2 broad objectives. They include 1, supply the basic scientific and technical background to produce future scientists and agriculturalists. And then the second is to lay the foundation for the development of human resources. So, like anything, ag education is so important right now. Me, as a first-year teacher, I'm learning how, in a few years since I've been out of high school, the disconnect is so severe for these kids. I mean, at the high school level, they should already have somewhat of a knowledge of what ag is, but there's still such a disconnect, especially when you go to the younger levels, since our middle school ag program is still pretty new in the beginning stages. And then you go to the elementary level, and these kids, they don't know. And I want to really help them to prepare them for the future. So whether that future is going into middle and high school and ag programs, or just going into the world in general in a few years. So, like I said, that's my program. That's my capstone. Like I said, Long County Little Advocates. I'm hoping to get that started pretty soon. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks.